Happy New Year, guys. Welcome to One Went the Other Way, a podcast about your journey and finances. We have Wanda and Peggy with us. This is a week post-New Year. We hope everyone's still following with their resolutions that they're doing.
Oh my gosh, are we going to talk about resolutions?
Well, I've got a hot take. I actually do not like New Year's resolutions. I like the idea behind setting a goal, but why do you have to wait till January 1st to do something new in your life? Why can't you just start whenever you want? And also, don't hold such a high level of commitment over that you have to do it, whether it be every day for the next year or that it's got some amount of weight. Just enjoy living your life with the people around you and do the things that you need to do.
Wait, do you have a hot take on this one too, Peggy?
No, I agree with him. I think that New Year's resolutions are silly. I don't think a lot of people follow through with them. I think it's just another one of those everybody does it, and peer pressure and media and, you got to do this. After the New Year, we're going to get into shape because we all ate too much. Well, not everybody ate too much, first of all. And then, I have the same negative thing. And I think that it's silly, but if it works for you.
Oh my gosh, we're starting the new year. We're starting the new year and we're already starting negatively. Okay.
I'm happy that it's a new year.
Although I concur with you on New Year's resolutions, I will tell you that one of the guiding principles in my life is that every day the sun rises and it is in fact a new day. It's time for you to be a new you. And so today you can resolve to be a better you than you were yesterday. Every day the miracle of the sunrise happens. Now, the only thing different on January 1st is we have to change that last digit to the new year, which is painful because it's a habit of 2024. So welcome 2025.
Yeah.
But this is like something new merely because I'm putting a 5 at the end of my little series of numbers. So as exciting as the new year is, and it is exciting, right? Because here we are. The sun rises another day and we're able to move forward with whatever the day brings and whatever the year brings.
Exactly. Well, I'll say this too, is that, as I've noticed, as I've gotten older, I've got a family now, and it feels like every passing month, not just year, something new is happening. New Year's is a great reflection. I think it's a perfect time to reflect on, hey, what trajectory do you want going on? Maybe
a reflection time. One of the things I always say or think about, right, is this idea of being thankful. Because here I am, right? The sun is rising, and here I am today with all the potential. But every day is a new day and a new day of discovery, right? To being your best self. But rather than have these ideas of goals, right? And rather than have this idea of journey, right? Just to being present today, to being your best self, to seeing what is available. Oh, wait, we're financial planners. Are we supposed to be talking about the future?
I personally think January is not necessarily the best time to be doing any of that. I feel like in January, I like January. I do. I am happy when a new year comes. It is weird because like James said, there's always something changing in your life. And the older you get, James, the faster that happens.
I know.
Right now you have Audrey, right? So everything's changing super fast, but that's because, children
she's growing
change a lot,
super
really
fast.
Young. Yeah, exactly. But then when you get older, then it's like, oh my gosh, a whole nother year. I can't believe it. And we say that all the time, and that's true. It's fast. So, January comes and usually I think people are kind of doing a big sigh, like, whew, we're done with that stressful thing with the family or whatever. And now it's a new year and people make resolutions and they think, that that's their new beginning. And maybe it is their new beginning because a lot of people, it works for them. So, hey, good for them.
Wait, why do you like January? Why do you say you like January?
Well, it's January. We're midway through winter, even though people don't realize that because they think winter starts like in November or something. I don't know what calendar they're all using, but you're halfway through winter. Yeah. That's nice. For us, where I live, January, February are usually wetter months. So we get some rain, some different weather, which is usually nice. I don't know. And it is a new year, so you kind of just put the old one in there, back it out there, and you're done with the stressful thing of Christmas and budgeting and all that stuff for last year is done. Move on. New year.
It's funny that you say that about your January and Christmas or winter rather. The hardest day for me in the year is December 21st. It is the shortest day of sun in the year, right? And so when I look at December 1st, I'm already thinking about New Year because I'm thinking about longer days, right? And more joy in my life because that's like December 21st for me and then moving forward. Is there things that we think about in January? I wonder because you look at everybody with their New Year's resolution and maybe that's the time, as you're saying, to reflect and say, what do I want for this year? What's important to me for this year as I'm moving through life? What's important for me to do or to be or something like that, I wonder.
And maybe that's a good time to sit down with a financial advisor and kind of flesh those ideas out.
Right. I think sometimes when you think about all the possibilities and the potentials, right? And, again, that we're so blessed we have all this possibility out here. To capture that in black and white with a financial advisor and talk about what it looks like, how it'll make you feel and that kind of thing, and then put a plan in motion, right? And then you can let go of that and then be present for what's in front of you and what you see and the opportunities that are out in front of you.
Yeah. I want to bring up something that we were kind of talking about earlier with these resolutions, and you're talking about there's peer pressure, there's comparison, looking at what everyone else might be doing and saying, hey, is this what I want to do, or do I want to kind of base my life on something different? Who knows? Yeah. My question to you guys is, do you find it that either yourselves, people try to put too much on their plate of like, hey, these are the changes that I want to do? Do you ever find that maybe if they break things down into step-by-step increments that, they could reflect better, they could enjoy this time, be present more with this time going into the new year?
Peggy, I think you're really good at that. You're very good at when a person has an idea in the future, right, to breaking it down. This is step 1, step 2, step 3.
Yeah, I think that people do too much, to answer your question. I think we want change. And I don't know, I think in America, we want instant gratification. And that's really hard because we want things to happen so much faster than it really can happen. I was just looking at some article the other day and it was talking about getting fit. That's like a huge one that people do for the new year, right? I'm going to get in shape and lose weight. Okay. So I can get in shape and lose weight. I need to do that. So fine. But what does that really mean? And how do you do that? And your age plays a factor and time. If you haven't been working out for a long time, it can take you like 16 weeks if you're doing consistently and doing all right. It just depends. And I think that we don't want that. And then we get overwhelmed when you think, oh, I need to lose 30 pounds. That's a big number. And then it doesn't happen overnight. So Wanda always says that, right? You didn't get here overnight. You're not going to get out overnight. So I think patience and breaking it down is important, that you should break down your stuff into steps. And I think that it's much more manageable if you just say, okay, I'm going to start going to the gym 2 days a week and not say I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to get into shape and I'm going to lose 30 pounds. Just go to the gym 2 days a week. Worry about the rest later.
Right. But it's interesting that you say it's easy to get discouraged because, of course, it is easy to get discouraged. I like the Japanese philosophy of Kaizen, continuous improvement, right? So sometimes, I know everyone thinks I'm a big fitness buff. Sometimes when I get up in the morning, if I say to myself, I am just going to do 10 push-ups. And as I'm getting older, I've lowered that mark. And if I do 6 quality push-ups in the day, I think bonus to me. I'm serious because sometimes it's just that little bit of improvement. Maybe it's too hard for me to get to the gym to do something. I'm serious. Like, it's too hard for me to do it. It's too hard for me to get out and put my running clothes on. But if I can do like 6 push-ups, right, that's Kaizen. That's a little improvement. And sometimes that's just that little step. So, and speaking as a financial planner, maybe you're not going to have the $1 million. But talking to us gives you the opportunity to say, okay, what is that little step? What are those 6 push-ups that I'm going to do? And scheduling the time to talk about it so we can help move you directionally, constant improvement, that way that you want to be, so that you can have that real life that you want. Your life, not anybody else's life, but what's important to you. Not the other person's going to lose 30 pounds or this person's going to do an Ironman. It doesn't matter, because what matters is what's important to you in your life.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Just take the first step. The first step, right? Whatever that is.
That first step could be scheduling an appointment.
I'm serious. And just identifying those 6 push-ups.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's all I can do, right? I'm telling you. And I was sad when I got to that point where I was down to 6 push-ups. But I'm like, hey, at least it's a net positive, right?
Yeah, but if you do 6 push-ups each day, if you were to count them in increments, saying, 6 push-ups in the course of a week, that's 42 push-ups in a week.
That's 42 push-ups in a week.
Basic math, good job.
Yeah.
Basic math, good job.
And we might be known for our math skills at times. But this from a lady, by the way, who when I was younger was doing 100 push-ups in 2 minutes. It's so sad. It's a terrible thing getting older. But with the new year, right? A new you, a new opportunity, and potentially a clean slate, looking forward to find your small improvement, moving to your better life.
Well, thank you guys for listening to today's podcast on New Year's resolutions. We hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to schedule an appointment to learn those 6 push-ups, if that's what you'd like to do, you can find us at financesforreallife.com. You can also follow our podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, and on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for listening. See you next time.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA, SIPC. Investment advice offered through Finances for Real Life, a registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial. The opinions voiced in this podcast are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be suitable for you, consult the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a decision.